recognize and celebrate the importance of being a team. When I spoke to you last year, I emphasized the importance of family and the TSTA family. At our home, TSTA is a big part of our family. I'm blessed to have my wonderful and beautiful wife, Patty, at my side. Sitting right over and reading to me as a member of Education Austin. She just happens to be an amazing and accomplished teacher and TSTA leader herself. And of course, we have also been blessed with two pretty perfect children who teach us things every single day. Both our family and the TSTA family is defined by the things we do for the future. Families prepare the next generation and generation after generation to build on the work we do to succeed and prosper. In the TSTA family, our work cannot be done by one teacher, one bus driver, one librarian, or any one of us. We work as a team to prepare each one of the 5.1 Texas public school students, one unique student at a time, for the future. So when we say hashtag Team TSTA, it's not just a slogan. It's about the work and the team that we do together at every campus for the future. It's about the team of professionals that works in every local for the future. It's about every one of you working from Amarillo to Brownsville, from Port Arthur to El Paso, and everyone in between. And it's for the future. Doing our work is often a challenge, but the rewards are great. From our local school boards, to Austin, to Washington, D.C., our TSTA family faces many, many challenges. Challenges posed by so-called reformers who haven't set foot in a classroom in years. Just the other day, former U.S. Senator Phil Gramm showed up in Austin to support vouchers. Boo, yeah. And after he attacked teachers, teacher unions, inner-city neighborhood schools, our friend, Senator Sylvia Garcia, asked him, when was the last time you were in a public school? His answer, it's been a long time. To him we say, it's about kids, not profits. Hashtag kids, not profits. It's not just a bumper sticker. It defines what we do every single day in every school for the future. We don't have standardized students, but the reformers, they treat them that way by trying to reduce education to a test score. What do they do with those test scores? They use test scores to close campuses. They use test scores to turn schools over for corporate, for-profit operators. They use test scores to take neighborhood schools away from our community. That's not what the TSTA family does. We are in the classrooms. We are in the school buildings. We know what is needed to improve teaching and learning. We know what is needed to help a child succeed. and we have a better idea. It's time to invest, not test. Hashtag invest, not test is not just a petition, but we will sign it and circulate it because when school budgets are slashed, we pitch in to buy classroom supplies for our students. When testing takes up day after day, we work in crowded classrooms and do our best with the time we have. We know what is needed, a genuine investment in our children for their future. So what will Team TSTA do? Will we let people who have never worked in a classroom tell us what to do? No! Or will we raise our voices and tell policymakers what must be done? Yes! So how do we do that? Our work, our vision, and our foundation as a union begins with strong locals. For the last year, Ovidia and I have traveled from local to local across this great state, working to build strong partnerships. We are working to build stronger campus leadership. We are working on issue organizing campaigns to build and retain membership. Our PAC is supporting local school board candidates who will work with us to adopt policies that benefit our students, our teachers, and support professionals. Our locals are the heart of the TSTA family. Think of it this way. When I introduce myself, I say, I'm a special education teacher from Isleta. And I happen to be the president of the Texas State Teachers Association. For success to be achieved, and for us, it must happen in the classroom and in our campuses, and in every single local. When we advocate at the local level, before the school board, in meetings with legislators, and in the community, we are on our turf. We are the experts. We have stories and experiences that a textbook can't tell. Every one of you and every one of our members has stories, and they are a real source of power. I remember a student. I call him Robert. He was very disruptive and causing problems. But instead of writing him off, as many others had already done, I was determined to see him graduate. So I made a home visit and found out that sometimes his mother, who is a quadriplegic, was unable to get to the drugstore to get his medication. And when he missed his medication, he became a very different and difficult young man. So I worked and coordinated with our school social worker on campus, and we arranged to make sure that she could always get to the pharmacy. And his behavior improved. But most importantly, we developed the very important and often overlooked student-teacher relationship. One of mutual respect and genuine care for his success. Here was a young man who could have been tossed aside, but he graduated, went on to continue his education, and became a very talented writer. We all have those stories, and we know what it takes to make sure that no child is truly left behind, and it's not a test board. But right now, in Austin, test scores have become the basis for so-called reforms. The reformers want to use test scores to determine your salaries and whether to hire or fire you. They call that reform. We say invest, not test. They use test scores to shut down neighborhood schools. They call that accountability. We say invest, not test. They use test scores to declare failure, to try to fund private schools with vouchers. They call that opportunity. We say invest, not test. The testing madness has gone too far. They call that no child left behind. We say invest, not test. The fight goes on locally, in Austin, and yes, in Washington, D.C. Today, changes in TSTA are being considered in Congress. We are working closely with NEA to reduce testing and demand equity in education funding. And we continue working with NEA in support of local issue organizing campaigns. Campaigns that provide the foundation for building a stronger union, state by state and local by local. NEA recognizes the value of our issue organizing model and is trying to replicate it in other states. Because no matter where we live or where we work, educators nationwide face similar challenges from forces that see our students as profit centers. I am proud of the work that our locals are doing, and so proud to be part of the TSTA family. I am truly honored and humbled to be your TSTA president, because leadership, it's not about me, it's about every single person in this room. Leadership is about me. Teaching and caring for our students requires a team working together. Leadership requires a team working together, engaging, organizing, leading. We saw that teamwork in action in Beaumont. When our members faced layoffs and changes in their contract, Team TSTA stood up, and members from locals and the community stood with them. In El Paso County, when corporate and business leaders and charter supporters announced their intention to fund and elect school board candidates, Team TSTA is standing up to run coordinated school campaigns across all three major locals. And then there's Harlandale. There will always be people who think they know more about education than we do. Sometimes they try to tell us we can't lead. And some even try to tell us we can't speak. Earlier this year, Julie Gimbel, our Harlandale president, was told by the school board president that she could not address the board because only individual citizens could speak, not people representing organizations. Never mind that the PTA president had just spoken. Now, those of you who know Julie know that she was not about to sit down and be quiet. That exchange with the school board president telling her that she couldn't speak was caught on video. And before long, Julie, her members, and our TSTA staff made sure that video had gone viral. The press was made aware, and everyone understood that in our great country, we have the right to speak. At the next school board meeting, Julie, and HEA were there, ready to speak. All the San Antonio TV stations were there, but that's not all. Team TSTA was in the house. Our members and leaders from other locals in the San Antonio area joined HEA to deliver a simple message.